Hey, this is Sharon Marley coming to you today live from Vibe 105. Growing up as a Marley was fun, just like any other big family of kids. It was like 10 of us at the time. A lot of fights, then we'd make up, and we'd play stewardess like on the airplane. That time we just started to travel. We'd have a lot of impromptu plays and little skits. We'd invite the neighbors over to the event. They'd have to pay to get in, 5 cents. And, we'd perform downstairs in our basement, It was fun growing up as a Marley, always active. It was fun, we were kids. I was the oldest, being maybe 14, so everybody else is younger than me. Sadella would be 11, Ziggy would be 10, Steve would have been like 7. So it was fun until it became work. It was fun to just sing different songs. Children Playing in the Street was our first serious song, where we went into the studio, had headphones on, and doing what we saw our parents doing. And it was still natural to us. We didn't think of it as being a career. We were just still doing what naturally we do. Even Grub Cooper, he was there with us from that time till now. I want to say it's been like a 40 year that Grub Cooper has been working with us as kids. And he was just telling me the other day, he remembered when we were doing Children Playing in the Street, He was pushing us, and Bob came in the studio and listening and said to him, you know what, take time with my children, because it was fun for us, and Bob probably didn't want us to get so deep into the music like that. He wanted us to enjoy it more than feeling like it's a task. But it was natural. It was natural for us. And even when we started to have the global impact, winning Grammy Awards, it was fun. It was still fun when we got on stage and the dancing it was so natural. Don't get me wrong though, we had to rehearse a lot. Rehearsal was a big part of what we did before we went out there on the road, The discipline, which is what we saw our parents do. The discipline with music. You take it serious as a job, you have to make sure you rehearse, you have to make sure you have your choreography pat. And then of course, you have to fly, so then it became serious, It's awesome. And I think he's a hard worker. So seeing what he's achieved now, even though he's not here physically, he deserved that because of how hard and committed he was to his work. Even when he found out he had the cancer in his toe, he still performed. He still did his work until the very last, So I'm not surprised. He deserved this recognition now. And for his music to have gone on for all these years, my mother deserved that recognition for keeping his memory alive. So it didn't just happen like that. It took work. My mother had to make sure the music went to the right people, went to the right places. And even, she was our first manager. My mom was Melody Maker's first manager. And she managed us based on her experience working as a part of the Bob Marley and the Wailers and the I3s. So her managerial skills played a lot into getting Bob's music to where it is now and the recognition that he has now. He passed away when he was 36 years old. He was still a baby, as far as I'm concerned, because, I won't tell you how old I am now, but I'm much past 36. And when I realized how young that was, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad he didn't get the chance to enjoy this that's now happening. His life was cut short, Well, this One Love movie is very moving for us as a family because it's our life story basically being told to the world. But I think they did an excellent job into encapsulating it in just an hour and a half. because it basically shows from when he was a child, when he was a baby, to when he passed away. So that's 36 years in 1.5 hours. I think they did an excellent job in touching all the things that went on for the 36 years of his life. And I think Ben did an excellent job at playing Bob. Sometimes you think he wasn't playing Bob, but he was being Bob. Because I know, like Ziggy was saying to me, he had to lose some weight to get into the character. And when you get into a character, you really have to live the character. You have to be the character. So he did a great job. I tried to see if his patois was off, but I give him 99.5 for the patois. Very good patois. And even Lashana, she did such a great job in playing my mother that, people are now recognizing that, wait, Rita was really the one that motivated Bob from the very start. So kudos to the One Love Paramount team. Good job. My dad was a real softie, especially when it came to children, and not only his children, but children all over the world. As you can see in that video, I Wanna Love You. He had the children in London playing in his hair, and he was all these bunch of children running around him, and he's a softie. He loved children. Maybe that's why he had so many kids, Loved children, but he was also a disciplinarian, But I remember him as being a softie. Easy to cry if he gets too emotional, I saw that. I remember when I told him I was coming to Canada, which was the last time I saw him, in 79. When I moved to Canada to come to school, I said, Mommy's sending me to Canada. I was doing his hair at the time. I was, oiling his hair, and he said, "For," which is why in Jamaican language. And I said, I don't know if you want me to go and live with Uncle Wesley and go to school, and I don't really want to go. And then he started to cry. And then I started to cry when I realized he was crying. And that memory has stayed with me, because then after he passed away, I said to myself, I wonder if he knew that was the last time, we were going to be seeing each other. I don't know if he knew that he was sick at that time. I don't know. I haven't done the math to see when was that, when did they realize he was ill, but that moment has stayed with me as a very special memory, to show me the bond that we had, because when he met my mom, I was a baby. When they got married, I was like 1 year old, so he's been the dad for me for all those years. And so that memory of him crying that day by the pool at Grandma's house, I wonder if he knew that was the last time we were going to see each other. That's a very tender memory for me, Step by, yeah. That's my new single with Big Youth. It was an honor to really have Big Youth be a part of this single. Seeing that, he used to pick me up from school on his S90. That the first time I went on his bike, I burnt my whole leg because I didn't know how to get on a bike. But we've known him for Jamaican people would say donkey years. And when I did reach out to him, he was like, Baby Sharon, how can I go sing about a love song with Baby Sharon? So it was funny to see he was nervous about coming on the track with me, but he's a star. He did sing that song, Every Nigga is a Star. And trust me, he took the song to a whole new level. My son actually wrote the lyrics for that track, and then Big Youth, putting his fire on it. I'm excited for Step Up and the visuals for it. My daughter did the video. It's a love story, and you're gonna see it. It's actually my love story. I I can tell you that. One thing about Jamaica that I love is the food, you know. And I'm not gonna say the beach, but yeah, the beaches are the best. I mean, the ocean is clean down there, and you have different texture sand. You have the hard sand and you have the soft white sand beaches. I can't go to the beach anywhere else in the world. I mean, Nassau is pretty cool too, but because we spend so much time on the beaches in Jamaica as kids, we would be exercising because our parents are fitness fanatics, I want to say. My mother would get us up at 5 o'clock in the morning to jog on the beach and then get ready for school. But the beach, boy, we would get the fish fresh out of the sea with the salt water and everything, and we'd cook it with the guts and everything on a zinc pan. There on the beach, the men would make the fire out of firewood, and you just put that fresh fish on the zinc, and oh God, oh, I miss that. That's when we were kids, you know. I'd like to do that again with my children, but I have fond memories of the beach. Something about me that people wouldn't know is that I'm a shy person. I'm an introvert. You know, I don't think people believe that when they see me on stage or, you know, being a Marley. How can you be shy? You're in the spotlight. But I am, and I really loved being in my group because then I wasn't out there by myself. So now, you know, doing this solo thing, it's a little scary for me. But then I've had the experience of being on the stage where I can now carry myself, but I'm still shy, you know. I am Sharon Marley, and my new single, Stepper, is out right now on the airwaves. Listen for it on Vibe 105, okay? Check out the video also on my YouTube channel, and check me out on Instagram. I am Sharon Marley. See ya!